Hey there, my fellow electrical engineers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Bionics. Episode 14, Expanding the Power Grid. True, the two dupes that I had here did absolutely just suck up all the oxygen in that room, so there's grams left. Good point. I really don't need to vent this out anymore. Thanks, dupes, for just being a vacuum. Freaking crazy vacuum. Love it. So then this vent needs to connect to, whoops, here. And this isn't powered on because I just don't have gas. I could raise the oil refinery up to 7. That will help a little bit. Blueprints. I guess a shine imp. So I'm not ready to take on yet another sonar. So I don't have the Wheezwarts yet. But the idea... Oh, stop. What are you doing? The idea here is I'm going to add another smart battery. Shoot, I really didn't leave a space for it. The smart battery there. And this smart battery is going to control when the coal goes on. So we'll run an automation wire to the coal generators. So it prioritizes natural gas, and then petroleum, and then coal. In that order. Once everything's like said and done. And to that end, we'll probably, because this is where our like coal generation is going to be kind of permanently, I will stick a storage bin for coal here now. And start phasing out all of this piecemeal coal for here. Now, of course, this is going to be generating a lot of gas, and that gas is not really set to pool here. So I might want to change where my carbon skimming is in the long run, because obviously this is going to be a problem if I don't. Oh, this is a lead battery. Is that going to be a problem? I'll take a look at his overheat temp. Batteries don't usually heat themselves up too much, so it should be fine. So the overheat temp of the copper ones is 125. 55? You know what? I'm going to replace that with copper just for an abundance of caution. So I don't have to worry about, like, sometime in the future it just, like, melts down on me. Okay. Let's do atmos sensor here. We really only need to run this gas pump when this is getting, like, kind of unpleasantly pressurized for popped eardrums. So we can set it to, like, 1500 or something. It doesn't need to try to pump to vacuum. That doesn't much make sense. So above, let's say 1500 grams. Alright. And then the petroleum generators need its own smart battery. For its own different smart battery tolerance. So I'm just going to plop a smart battery here. No, not lead. Oh, no. That was made of copper. Smart battery here. And then this one is going to be automation wired to the petroleum generators to tell it. And for this, I can use lead for this smart wire. The automation wires can be lead. Just the batteries probably shouldn't. So to tell the petroleum generators when to turn on and when not. So this the original battery here is set from 90 to 75. This will be 90 to 10. So it really only turns on at like less than 10 power for coal. So I'll enable these guys. And then this will be somewhere in the middle, like 35 or something like that. So the coal generators do flick on, but only when I'm really low power. And right now I'm only sending 1 kilowatt into the grid in the base. So I'm going to need to fix that and move a lot of things around. And that comes next. And maybe what I'll do is have this thing turn off at like 50%. So that it really doesn't, it only uses coal when I'm like screwed. Or even lower. Turn off at like 35. So it's just making sure I don't brown out. Alright. And then this one is going to be from, let's say, 30 to 75. Covering kind of the middle. And we can enable those too. Because they are being fed combustible liquid. Perfect. So it's a little weird because all these batteries aren't at the same level right now. So what I could do temporarily is just go, hey, top all batteries up. And now all 3 smart batteries are at the same level, and then I'll put it back to 35 to 75. That way the batteries are all on kind of the same, you know, measurement. Okay. I think we have 3 different methods of power, all running in concert with one another off of 1 heavy watt backbone. Meaning this generator is completely worthless. So I'm going to start deconstructing the old power generators and then separating out transformers so that we're not browning out. Because right now it's not separated out and could be, and it would be much better if it was. So, current priority is build power grid infrastructure. Have I allowed Tinker in all of them? Yes, yes. No, but now yes. No, but now yes. Yes, yes. So, all of the power generators can be tinkered. So everything here up can be on this transformer. Everything here down will be on another transformer, and I'll set more transformers up. I'll set like another one up for this section and so on and so forth. And then after I section it all off like that, so that we're not having brownouts, I will move the power chargers to run directly off of the heavy watt lines so they don't brown out like forever. Because power is life for these cyborgs. Let's do another power transformer here. And this power transformer will control everything south of this. Like there. I haven't really, like, measured if this is balanced or whatever, and I can tinker with it in the future. I'm just doing broad strokes right now. Very broad strokes. And then the last power transformer will be everything below this spot. So I'll do a transformer here that catches everything down. So now if I take a look at the power grid, this has a potential load of only 785 watts, so we'll always have enough power for everything connected to it. This one has a potential load of more than 1,000 watts, but it's unlikely that I'm going to use the exosuit forge and the loom at the same time. Very, very unlikely. So functionally, it's fine. This one has much higher potential load, so this needs to split. But also we should ignore all these power generators because those power banks... In fact, maybe... Let's go ahead and start a shelf of power banks. Here. So it's going to be a heavy watt line just straight into the banks. No transformer. And that way they don't really brown out. If we can help it. If they ever do brown out, it's because I straight up don't have power. Leave room for the box? Yeah, good call. So this here is for empty eco power and full eco power. And I am gonna make the swap. Let's blow up the old ones and move them on over. Which means the grid connected to these things can be phased out. They were always intended to be temporary, so we can make them functionally like we can actually get rid of them now. And fix a lot of this spaghetti in the process. This still needs to be on because I don't have an alternative method to get an ore refinery, but everything else connected to it can go bye-bye. And now with all that freed up copper, I can have super banks. So let's double check everything here. This is not a needed coal generator anymore. Now there is going to be, if the coal generators ever have to fire on, there is going to be a carbon problem here to keep an eye on. Ooh, snazzier green suit. Hey, Shield, you died a bajillion times. How about we, like, hook you up with a snazzier green suit as an apology? For, I'm sorry I let you suffocate over and over and over and over. Yeah, look at that. Lovely. Power banks going burr. And the petroleum is making sure that the batteries top up. Flicking on and off to keep us from a brownout situation. And making sure that we don't even have to touch coal. It's already running much, much, much better. Alright, so other things that we can get rid of. This battery does nothing. This battery does nothing. This transformer does nothing. This transformer does nothing. Automation wire does nothing. Automation wires do nothing. Is that even plugged in? Oh, no, it's plugged in. Okay. I do have this transformer here, and this transformer can be heavy watted to power up everything, let's say, below this threshold. And then, once I'm done with this, I will do some balancing to make sure everything is running, you know, properly. So, taking a look at the networks. The middle network now only has a power potential load of 1500 watts, which is way, way, way more reasonable. The only thing I really need to do is to make sure that this oil refinery maybe needs its own transformer. And this is really messy. I mean, I could have built this better. I didn't. But there. Now, the oil refinery will have its own transformer. And I'll be able to phase out that last vestigial coal generator there. In terms of joules available, it's looking good. In fact, we don't even have any empty eco banks. None. So let's go ahead and make some more. I'll make 7 more. I may want to flip-flop petroleum for natural gas. Nah. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, this cable is done. These things are phased out entirely. How's the oil reserve? We drained like 1 layer of it, but I can also tap this stuff and have it drain down. So it's not perfect, but there is a lot more oil around to deplete, and it's beyond an exosuit. So, you know, it needs consideration, but it's not dire. I would like to start tapping geysers, though. But I'm going to have you guys vote on that, whether I do that or not. So let's take another look at our backbone. Make sure that all's well. Yeah, the current load and potential load is very fine. There's no issue really at all anywhere. Okay. I feel pretty comfortable that the power grid infrastructure is decent enough. It's not perfect, but it's decent enough that it's okay. So, what to build next? We can continue utilizing heavy power generators because I still have untapped hydrogen. We don't really need a washroom, so I'm going to get rid of that. I have one. Massage clinic, recreation room. The other thing we can do is to... let me remove that. Start. We can make plastic, make steel as new priorities. So I have the... I have a lot of petroleum that I can siphon some of them off as coolant for a metal refinery. We can also try to set up a metal refinery to use the ATN too. And we can also use the petroleum for plastics. So I'm going to have you guys vote for 1 minute for next priority. I should have also included Explore as a option. And let's go ahead and just add to our total oil volume right now. I mean, I'm just gonna start digging out this so all this drips down into the bigger pool. I'm guessing it's magma beyond here and not oil. And then at some point I can also lower this ladder down to like here and collect all this oil within this. Alright. Plastic. Our priority? Make plastic. I'm on it. So the plastic should be made probably close to the liquid reservoirs, I suspect, or the for the petroleum. And the way this works is, oh, do I even have the research? Oh, I do. Okay. Refinement, polymer press. So the polymer press uses a liquid intake for petroleum, gas output for carbon dioxide. Unfortunately, it does not use gas output for steam. It just, like, steam goes everywhere. Which is obviously a liquid, and it's not one that we are going to want to step into. So we have to treat it kind of like the rest of the generators that we did, but it's not a generator. And then it produces a lot of heat as well. It's also one of those things that I probably don't want running constantly, because I don't need a infinite amount of plastic. So it's a refinement that, you know, shouldn't stay on. So I'm going to add a liquid pump here and mesh tiles above it. This is definitely not ideal design. I'll preface. Gonna have to get rid of that vent. I'll just put the gas vent there. I keep moving around like 1,000 times. Just can't decide where to vent it out. Actually, you know what? What vent is this? This is for things that aren't oxygen. Dump it to space. If it ain't oxygen, I don't want it. I didn't have space before when I designed that gas filter, but now I do, so dump to space. I'm going to have it be on its own transformer, because it's right here. Why not? And then we're going to want a little housing for it, so the steam doesn't, like, go everywhere. I probably don't need to liquid lock it, But just so that we don't have, like, the steam going everywhere, like I said, I probably will, even though it's, like, truthfully unnecessary to liquid lock. And I probably didn't leave enough space. So, let's nudge everything one tile left. God, this is so messy. It's ugly, but it works. Oh, Jazz, that's... No, don't be there. No, 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 no. Okay, you know what? Stop. I'm gonna regret that. Just build the wall. We'll collect that maybe later. There's not really anything there that I care about, so... Whatever. And for this pump, because it's steam, we can have it just dump to here. It's gonna be a little hot, but, you know, whatever. So this pump... We'll go like this out to our water supply. Our dwindling, but currently not critical water supply. And then the petroleum will come up through this into the plastic. I'm going to set the plastic up on an automation wire because I'm not going to want it on all the time. So I want to be able to turn it on and off at will. So, completely over-engineered plastic production. I have no regrets. I don't want it on yet until the lock's in. So I can keep the steam from going everywhere. The stress as a result of it getting steam blasted or water blasted for my dupes is not very bad. I mean, it's pretty inconsequential, but over-engineering is sometimes fun. Blueprint. Nice. That's really pretty. Tanuki, you want to wear that? It's like something grandmother would make. You guys are just running around as super pretty. Look at the little pockets of beauty. Well, maybe not in the power backbone. Whatever else. Okay, that's not reachable, so let's deconstruct that. And we're just sweeping everything up so it doesn't make a mess. You are not going to want to be in there, so we'll, euthanize you. Alright, looking pretty good. No gas output. Right. I forgot about that too. So, gas output is Gonna run just like that. I'm a little worried that it gets backed up. But if plastic gets backed up, that's better than if petroleum gets backed up. Plastic isn't like a live or die type situation, whereas petroleum honestly could be if we're running out of power. And I think that's the last bucket of liquid lock. Yep. Nice. So, if all was done right, turn on. And first plastics. Congratulations! We've created my generation's lead problem. In my opinion. I think microplastics are going to be the new asbestos and lead. So, cheers to that. Now, the advantage of this stuff is with plastics, we will be able to make use of a lot of the sensors. So, instead of gas filters, we could do element sensors and they run off of a lot less power if we want to revisit like these gas filters and the like. The other thing we could do with these is invest in Flydos. So Flydos, you're probably like, what the hell? Flydos are like flying delivery bots. So they're kind of like sweepies, but, well, no, they're really not like sweepies. They're flying delivery bots. So we could also make some Flydos with the plastic, or we can make bedrooms. Really comfortable bedrooms. So hook up our plastic for comfy beds. So what to do next will be up to you. But I'm going to add those as options. So construct Flydos. Make private, make Lux bedrooms. Make transit tubes. And what was the last thing I said? Oh my god, the fatigue from marathon streaming is already setting in. That's a bad sign. Flydos, transit tubes, Lux bedrooms. What else uses plastics? Oh, and, well, I could revisit filters. Efficient filters. Is there anything else that plastic allows me to do? Not immediately. Steam turbines would require steel. So I would need to make steel first. That's a prerequisite. Alright. Well, that's a big ol' list right there. So, utilizing heavier power generators would be tapping the hydrogen. A recreation room is pretty straightforward. Although our duplicants don't do a lot of recreation. They have barely any downtime at all, but I could add it. Massage clinic for critical stress. Steel, Flydos, Lux bedrooms, transit tubes, efficient filters, or viewer suggestions. That's a pretty good list. And here, as you can see, the steam coming off of the petroleum. Oh, there's one other thing that I meant to add, which is explore. Because, you know, there's a lot of unexplored areas of the map. Maybe I'm missing out on some geysers. I'm almost certainly missing out on some geysers. So exploration isn't necessarily a terrible choice. But a lot of the oil that was stuck up here has now been dumped. So as you can see, we're up almost to the normal level already again. Which buys us some time before our power grid goes eep from lack of oil. Oh, well, ooh, I screwed up somewhere. Yes, I did. Glad I caught that. Ore refiner was like unplugged. I literally broke the plug. So, good job, me. I don't need a track gear bomb anymore. And it looks like our power bank chargers are awesome because I have 22 eco power banks just sitting around waiting to be used. And I haven't really used coal in a while either. So we made some big changes and they have paid off enormously, which is fantastic. All right, let's make some Flydos. So let's research it first. Flydos use the eco power. So let's say, let's see. I'm going to make 6 more eco batteries to bring our total eco battery banks up to 24 plus 4 for the Flydos. And this will help. So the Flydos will be able to store, tidy, and deliver. So they're pretty multifunctional, which is kind of nice. I also have like a hatch problem. I've been leaving them alone. I'm not ranching them because ranching is against the rules of this run. But I have a lot of hatches that I didn't mean to have. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Bionic Booster Pack DLC Marathon, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I asked for no backseating, and also feedback cannot be incorporated because the entire series was already streamed once as a marathon. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow duplicants.